Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Coffee Shop Soundstage. My name is Karen Edwards, and we are live at the International Roofing Expo in San Antonio, Texas. And I'm sitting here at the table with Natalie and Wes from Carlisle Construction Materials.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's so great. I can't wait to talk to you guys. But before we do, I want you to introduce yourself and tell us what you do there.
Yeah. So Natalie Toby, I'm a product marketing manager. So I oversee product marketing for insulation, fleece back membranes, and EPDM.
Okay, and Wes?
Wes Scherer. I am product manager for CCM. I lead that product management marketing team. Basically anything ISO and coverboards.
Okay, all right. So, the International Roofing Expo is always where we like to talk about new things or new products or new innovations. So, what is new in the Carlisle booth?
Yeah, so particularly on the ISO side, I'd say the biggest thing, pun kind of intended, is our 12-foot ISO. So here in July, we launched a 12-foot length ISO, which is not necessarily new to the industry, but it's new to roofing.
Okay.
So we've always had longer boards on the wall side of the business, but not on the roofing side. And part of that is generally the lines have to slow down to be able to run 12-foot boards. And when we built our new plant in Sikeston, Missouri, we tout a lot of LEED Platinum around that plant, but part of it is also the operations. We actually built that plant with a 24-foot master board that allows us to make 12-foot boards at pace compared to other plants that use a 16-foot master board and have to slow the lines down to about half speed and pull boards off to manually stack them and wrap them. We can produce large-scale commercial projects now.
Who knew you had to slow the line down to do that?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Tell me a little bit about the benefits that 12-foot board brings to an installation for a contractor.
Sure, yeah. So when we launched it, we were really focused in on the labor savings aspect of it. So we looked at how long does it take for a contractor to lay that board out compared to an 8-foot board? Because every board you're laying out is 50% bigger, right? So you're just covering more area faster. And so it's about a 34% labor savings just in laying ISO out.
Right.
Wow.
That's just ISO's already on the roof.
That's not
and
even,
you're laying the panels.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you factor in how many lifts you're doing up. Right. If you were doing 24 lifts for an 8-foot panel, you're doing 16. So
Right.
that's also cutting back on the time to get the
it up
ISO
there.
to the roof.
Yeah. So we've had some contractors tell us they're saving 4 to 5 hours a day just in staging and lifts to the roof, which is significant and not even something we realized when we launched the product.
Right. That wasn't the
intent.
problem solver of the product, but it. And the other thing that kind of goes along with that on the 12-foot panel is our Ready Flash technology comes standard. So on every 12-foot panel, we have our Ready Flash technology, which is a light side of the facer on one side, a darker side on the other. And when you're doing an adhered application, that allows the contractor to control their flash off time a little bit better. So that comes standard on every panel. So you're really getting kind of two problem solvers in one.
Is that because the lighter and the darker are gonna have different, depending on the temperature?
So
flash off times.
So if you have that darker side of the panel up, it's going to increase the surface temperature of the panel above ambient temperature. And the light side is going to cool the surface of the board down below ambient temperature. Right.
Pun intended.
There you go. And that comes standard on every panel.
Yeah. If you wear dark colored clothing on a hot day, you're hotter than if you wear light colored.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Science.
So we just applied that to our boards and now have that technology on all of our flat panels for both our coated glass-based and paper-faced products.
So with a 12-foot panel, are there different requirements, different fastening patterns? What changes in that regard?
Yeah, so it depends on how you're attaching the membrane. So if you're fully adhering the membrane, then your fastening pattern just increases by 50%. So, a 10 fastener goes to 15 or 12 goes to 18, right? It just increases 50% relative to the panel. However, if you're mechanically fastening the membrane, typically on an 8-foot board, we use 5 fasteners. On the 12-foot, we only have to use 6.
Okay.
So you're saving about 3 fasteners per square on a mechanically fastened membrane system.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, and it adds up. It becomes quite significant across a large footprint project.
Right, right. Wow, okay.
So fully adhered, you've got Ready Flash technology, mechanically fastened, you're getting a fastener reduction.
It's a win all
kind of a big
around.
deal.
Yeah, something for everybody.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, you mentioned that you are overseeing some other product lines.
Yeah.
Anything new there?
Yeah, so with EPDM, we just released February 6th, we released a 5x4 SAT. So that's, kind of basically like your peel and stick membrane. So now we have that in a 5-foot by 40-foot in both black and white. So we just released that. That's great for roofs that have a lot of penetrations.
Yeah.
Or if you're in, a high rise, you can fit a pallet of the 5x40 in a standard pickup truck. So just think of not having to have
parking.
a semi-truck,
Yeah.
go into the middle of New York City,
Right.
And they all fit in a freight elevator.
Okay.
So it really is, great for those kind of niche situations.
Yeah. Didn't think about that, but those more congested areas.
Right. And then on the fleece back side of things, which kind of goes with ISO, we have our Rapid Lock roofing system. So that is essentially a Velcroed roof. The ISO is the hook. It's got, it really is Velcro. And then a specialized fleece back is your loop. And no adhesives, no temperature restrictions.
That's crazy.
Right? Right. Yeah. You just lay it on there, and then as the wind moves over the roof of the building, it further kind of embeds that Velcro. And you think Velcro, you think, oh, I can just rip it right off.
Yeah.
You cannot. No. It would be great if there was some sort of release, so you just rip off the membrane and put a new one down when need be, but it embeds itself so well.
We actually had a project in Iowa where some derecho winds recently came through a couple years ago, and the project was underway, so it didn't even have the edge metal on. And it was an interesting project where it started in the fall, and then the weather turned faster than expected. So the first portion of the roof was done with traditional system.
Yeah.
And then they had to switch because of the temperature to Rapid Lock. The traditional system had some damage.
Yeah.
The Rapid Lock system, which didn't even have the edge metal on yet, no damage.
Wow.
It actually stuck.
Yeah.
And
It's crazy.
That big of a difference between the Velcro Rapid Lock system to our traditional applications.
Yeah.
It's
Wow.
craziness.
Yeah, that's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I'd like to see more case studies like that, because that's
absolutely.
just so impressive. Where you have this part of the roof that didn't really make it, and this that did. That's kind of cool.
And that we have that in TPO, EPDM, PVC. So wherever you are in the country and whatever membrane you typically use, we've got a Rapid Lock for that.
That is really cool, because what does that do for installation time?
Oh, it significantly decreases. I believe it's like 80% over traditional bonding adhesives, because it really is just you kind of lay it out. There's a couple different ways you can install it, but
you have to roll it?
Pull a release liner, put it down, and then you broom and do the 150-pound roller.
So install the insulation, fasten the insulation like you traditionally would.
Right.
And then roll the membrane out. It's got a release liner on the back of it so that you don't accidentally start embedding it too soon.
Right.
So you can get it in position and then pull the release liner. You broom it in, and then roll it in, and you're done.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So it's also really nice, beyond the temperature limitations that traditional systems have, it's also really nice to get away from VOCs for resident sensitive buildings,
hospitals. There's none of the smell, none of the odor, that can interrupt some pretty big things.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, it's really
I
awesome.
always love finding out what you guys are up to and what's coming and the new technology. So thank you for being here and sharing that.
Thank you for having us. This is
Appreciate
great.
it very much.
Yeah.
We love Roofer's Coffee Shop.
Aw, thank you.
last year he did the one of the webinars.
Yeah.
What did we talk about? We talked taper, didn't we?
We talked extended tapered.
We talked extended tapered. Yeah, with Heidi.
Ready flash.
We did talk Ready Flash, I think. Yeah.
We talked composites quite a bit.
Yeah. So
cool. Good stuff. Well, we love having you guys. And this is the last day of the show. If you're coming out, you still have a couple of hours. Carlisle's right there when you walk in.
Yes.
It's hard to miss.
Just into the left.
So you'll see him stop by. If you can't make it to the show, though, they've got a directory on Roofers Coffee Shop. You can go to the directory. There's links to everything. All the stuff we're talking about is on there, and how to get in touch with you, too. So, thanks for being here.
Thank you so
again
much
for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody out there, for watching. Don't leave yet, because there's more interviews to come, and we hope to see you on a future one.